Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a team showcase of a team I've been playing for a couple of weeks now, since I finished building my Mavuika, and I've been having a ton of fun with this team. It's extremely simple, super strong. It got me through the recent abyss of 5.2 or 3, 5.3, whatever we're at now. It got me through the recent abyss that we're at. Actually, I think I can show you here. The abyss. I guess it's not labeled. All right, whatever. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was a tricky abyss, and I got the
heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
I hope that's not too loud. But what's it called? But yeah, so we finished that, and I've just been using this team just like for my dailies, for random challenges, just for everything essentially. It's just an extremely fun team. We'll go over the 4 components of the team. So we of course have Mavuika. We have once again I'm using my I can never get used to my mouse and keyboard. It's just I don't know why. It's just so foreign to me. I've played this game like millions of hours with my controller that I just can't. I played it like minutes with mouse and keyboard in 4 years, which is insane. So we have a 32 over 227 with the Obsidian Codex. This actually equals out to 72, which is like some real good stuff. 72 is pretty solid, and it's and we can get it a little better, but we'll get to the artifacts when we get there. We have her signature weapon, 1,000 Blazing Suns. It's a cool ass name. I think I was gushing about it during the wishing video for her, but it's a cool ass weapon, cool ass name, and the whole aesthetic of Mavuika, the red, the fiery, just crimson and yellow, orange, like it all goes so cool, and then like the black tracksuit's just sick, man. So this weapon has a very long effect here. It's a signature weapon. It's a strong weapon. We're not gonna go into the semantics of it. It's good, you know, as it always is. We've got her 4-piece codex. This piece sucks. I have so much trouble getting a good flower. These flowers for these other characters took me literally months to get, and I still haven't got like a decent one for Mavuika. This is the last piece I need. I think I'm just gonna artifact it, the artifact creator it, and hope it rolls well. We got a decent that. We also don't want, I think it has, one of her pieces has it. We also don't want energy recharge. This one got energy recharge. It had like 1 roll, but getting a crit damage of this artifact set, getting it crit damage circlet with crit rate on the as a substat is like pretty damn good. So even though these rolls are like garbage, it looks like there was like no rolls whatsoever. Like these, like everything is just so low. It looks like a maxed out artifact set with no rolls into the substats. Like I think it rolled like 1s into everything, and it's just such a low number. But 7 crit rate, pretty solid. Everything else sucks, but it's a decent thing. So yeah, we don't want energy recharge on her because she doesn't care about energy recharge. We have C0. I also can't. There hasn't been enough weeks to get enough of these materials yet. This is a character I'm 1000% gonna triple crown. I really like Mavuika. She's just so cool. So we'll go over her talents, or her passive talents, her ascension talents. A nearby member triggers a Night Soul Burst. Mavuika's attack increases by 30% for 10 seconds. There's no like stacks or anything. Like, it's just like you just keep doing it. You can get like you can have a whole team. Like she works best with more Natlan characters because of the whole Night Soul thing. Including the Pyro Traveler. So there's a lot of incentive to build her with that. I don't feel like reading all this. There's I don't know what it is with like modern characters. There's just so much like There's just so much reading and involvement. But like, you just watch like a 2-second video and like learn it, and like, basically you just want to run her. You just want to run her with Natlan characters to build up her burst. Because the first line here, Mavuika's elemental burst is not reliant on energy, but instead on fighting spirit. Bro thinks she's a Kamina or something. So yeah, you just spam a bunch of night soul points and stuff like that, and then they increase her burst, like the power of it, and once the whole thing is filled out, then it's gonna be really strong. Her skill, basically, you just want to tap her skill, and you can get like she does like off field pyro damage. If you, I don't remember if you like tap it down again or if you hold it down, then you can switch to her motorcycle, and she can start attacking for pyro damage as a normal attack, which is like pretty decent. She can fill up her gauge really well with her own skill, with her own Night Soul skill, but you typically don't want to stay on that too long. I find it to be like kind of boring. Like I don't know what it is. Like her motorcycle attacks are like, I don't know if they're like slow or something. Like they just don't feel as like impactful. Like there's other things you want to do with your Mavuika. Yeah, she's like a sub DPS, and then you switch to her and pop her burst, and it does like crazy damage. It's like she's like the very similar to like Shogun. Like you have your Shogun, and she's just like building up energy, and you just switch to her real quick, pop her burst, use it up, and then just switch out. It's very similar to Mavuika. Next we have Chaska. Chaska is like my absolute goat, man. I love this character. Her playstyle, her story, everything about her. So we have 51 over 263 with signature weapon and the Obsidian Codex. So this is essentially 91 over 263, which is, you know, pretty decent if I say so myself. We have another crit damage with crit rate hat, but it's Pupu Kaka, as you can see. We have an attack Goblet. We have an attack Sands. This one's off piece, and then your regular stuff, crit and whatnot. Because even though she's an Animo character, she's based on like swirl damage and doing all these different elements. So focusing on like one element, focusing on Animo would be like kind of like a waste, unless you go for like a full Animo team or something. But I think you'd be using her in a very strange manner that would be detrimental to her as playing her as a character. Which like it might work out if you have some like crazy hyper builds and hyper supports. Same thing with if you were to build her for like if you had like 4 pyros on a team, like it would be pretty strange. But I don't recommend that. I have her C0, and essentially all we need to worry about, like again, there's like so much here. Essentially all we need to worry about is that we tap her skill, she rides on the gun, we hold down her aim button. That's it. There's nothing. She shoots. She builds up the ammo and she shoots. It's like so simple. Like you don't even have to worry about it. There's no thinking involved. There's nothing you gotta do. We have Jalonin. I don't think her stats really matter. 3168. We have her signature weapon, Peak Patrol Song. We have the Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City, and we have mostly defense. We have like a little bit of crit on it, but we have mostly defense and some energy recharge and stuff. So it works out really solid. She gets her burst really quick. She heals really well, and she lowers the enemy's defenses. That's all we really have to worry about. As long as we have a certain limit of stuff, but we've reached that limit with the limit of different elemental types that aren't Animo or Geo or Dendro in our party, and 2 is enough. So we have Mavuika and Farina. Speaking of, we have Farina with 89 over 226 with 132 energy recharge, which is pretty decent. It works out pretty well for me. Main with her signature weapon, Splendor of Tranquil Waters. And I'll show off the artifacts real quick. Yeah, this piece. Oh, no, this piece is alright. For a second I thought it sucked, but I just realized it was crit rate at 13. Yeah, so we have that. We have a lot of crit rate. We have like a ton of crit rate. I don't know how it happened. She just got so much crit rate. I have an offset piece with crit damage. And an HP Knight's Bustle. HP Goblet. And a crit rate hat that rolled nothing into crit damage. I think it rolled one time into defense and the rest into energy recharge. I actually think I crafted this. I don't remember. I think I used the artifact creator and crafted this, and it upgraded to this, and I just stuck with it. And I was gonna try and get like a better one to try and get more crit damage, but I actually kind of like the 20% energy recharge. It's been working out really nice. Like my Farina's just been like kind of insane with that bit of extra crit damage. I have her C1. I don't think that really matters. I got her C1 like when she came out by like just gets and shiggles, you know. So her skill summons these homies, and they either attack or or you have one that heals you, and you can switch it off, and you have a burst that buffs the party as long as they're like getting like the proper healing. That's where the synergy with Shalonen comes in. So you use Shalonen's skill to lower their defenses, and then you pop her burst while you have Farina's skill and burst active. Now your character's getting healed, and there's all these different elements in play, and then you're just going in, man. You have Mavuika's skill up, you have Shalonen's skill, you have Shalonen's burst up, and you have her skill debuff the enemy. You have Farina's skill up, and you're like attacking the enemy with Hydro while buffing your damage. And then you have Chaska just shooting them down. She's just gunning them down. It's very, very simple, super fun, super effective. There's different like this seems like super versatile. You can switch it out. You can be like, all right, well, Chaska went down or something. I can switch to Mavuika and have her be the main DPS now. Or I need a shield broken. Mavuika can take care of it because she's a claymore, or it's an ice shield, or Jalonen can break it down. Like whatever the case may be, there's so many like options of what you can do because of how like versatile the team is. You can make Farina heal their party. You can make Jalonen just heal. You don't have to worry about the other thing. You can have 2 healers. You can have 2 DPSs. You can have 3 supports. It's so fun. It's so cool. I love having like teams like this that you just. It's not like one set thing. There's just so many options on what you can do. So I'm going to show it off real quick. We have all our bursts. We're fully healed. Show it off fighting with this guy. Whoa. Alright. I just got to I was gonna make sure I remember my controls. Luckily they're right there at the bottom. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, so we're gonna start off with her skill, with Farina's skill, and burst. Jalonen, we use up her skill. And then, yeah, look at that. Before we even start shooting, things are already going insanely well for us. The damage is just like Farina's homeboys, the burst, the buffs, everything's going. Yeah. And if we, I wanted to switch. I wanted to use Mavuika's burst. We didn't even use her burst. Her burst is like insane. You can hit like insane numbers with it. Like easily like 200-300k, just like off of like very little setup. It's very, very simple, very, very strong, effective. I will admit it is an expensive team. I have all these characters with their I have 4 5-star characters with their signature weapons. I wouldn't say they're like crazy optimized. Like I can imagine people who have more optimized accounts hitting for higher damage, but this is just a very simple, fun, simple team that you can. I think you could easily switch out some of these characters. That's gonna be it for this team showcase. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. You don't have to go home. Can't stay here.